Mic check, mic check. What's kicking, family? I'm glad you've clicked in so I can check in with you. Let's get this real quick. We've got juiced up clients, and we've got one man who's got all the juice. That's Scott Boris. Wow. They just printed the people who are Boris's clients just recently in the paper of who's under Boris's watch. Wow. Check out these names. We've got Barry Bonds, Balco. Should be in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. All right, you know, he's under investigation. The government's trying to get him. They have some frozen samples that they want to test, and I'm wondering if those frozen samples was taken from the Major League Baseball, or were they from Balco? We'll find out later on. Kevin Brown, he came out in the Mitchell Report, and he uses Boris headquarters as return address for the overnight cash that he was serving to Kirk Romansky, who has a book out now speaking about steroids. Eric Gagne, he came out in the Mitchell Report, but 10 days before the Mitchell Report came out, he signed a $10 million contract with the Brewers. Wow, what else we got here? Scott Weiss, former Met. He received 6 shipments from Signature Pharmacy up in Albany, upstate New York, which was caught in it was under an investigation, an internet investigation of illegal drugs being shipped out, which also ensnared a bunch of New York City police. Scandalous, but that's another side of the house. We're talking sports here. Rick N. Keel, you know, the pitcher turned outfielder, 12-month supply of HGH from Signature Pharmacy, the same place that was caught in that investigation sting by the feds. Ron Vallone bought 3 kits of HGH from Romansky. I keep getting that guy's name. He was on the Mitchell Report. Ivan Rodriguez, and it's claimed that Canseco trained this young man on how to use steroids to, you know, become, you know, bigger, stronger, faster. Wow. Gary Sheffield, who was no longer a Boris client and who had admitted to Congress he had unknowingly taken steroids, if that was it. And then you've got Alex Rodriguez. You know what happened to him. And, of course, the biggest fish out there right now, which is Manny Ramirez. My thing is that A-Rod's name came out when they had another 102. There was a list of 100-something from a sample that A-Rod was on that should have been destroyed, but was saved by Major League Baseball. And the union know about it. So if Major League Baseball wants to come down on A-Rod and on Manny, it's a joke. You understand what I'm saying? They should have been able to clean this up. And also, the guys that are clean and that, come on now, you're part of the union. Why don't you push to make sure that this stuff doesn't happen so that you have an even playing field and the sport doesn't get a black eye? It's got a black eye right about now. A lot of you guys out there are just so pissed and upset about this whole steroid thing. You know, you've had it up to here. All I want to do is I want to just watch a game. That's it. Watch the game and enjoy it. Period. All this steroid stuff, I'm just rooting for the uniform. I'm not rooting for the player in it. Look, they put up astronomical numbers. I'm going to enjoy myself because now it's entertainment. Now, what about those guys who are in the Hall of Fame who took those greenies? You know, those speed capsules. They're in the Hall of Fame, too. There's no asterisk next to their name. So guess what? There's going to be no asterisk next to these guys' name, but the story will go on for years. They'll be able to look up news reports and pull up information through the internet of who was caught using steroids and who wasn't. So guess what? Right about now, yo, I say reinstate, take Pete Rose out of banishment, reinstatement, and put him in the Hall of Fame. Okay? You got a whole bunch of people with crazy transgressions, and this country is a country of second chances. So, hey. All these guys who I've lifted here, if they have, you know, numbers that are good to get in the Hall of Fame, get in the Hall of Fame. And if I was an agent of these ball players, man, I'm going to try to protect my investment. These are my cash cow. Well, Boris has been getting money hand over fist, so he could care less right about now. But if you're not looking out for your ball player and for the game itself to make sure that the integrity stays in, then you're a snake in the grass and you ain't no good. All I'm doing now, folks, is rooting and watching the game. This is Batch.
Yeah. You want the truth? Can you handle the truth? Yeah. I'm about to give it to you, living proof. Yeah. No doubt when I'm talking about X now, yo.